All right, here's the next one. This is funny. From Brandon McCarty.
Brandy.
Says Larry Dallas can. Hello, K100. Larry Dallas is a complete. He's a moron and a putz. Can we get a replacement? You don't take recommendations, so I'll suspend myself. Exits left. That's from Bam.
That's
Also,
Bam.
That's
Bam
Bam.
and Larry. Bam and Larry have heat. Yeah.
Wait, I thought Bam was a girl.
She
Brandy
is.
McCarty. Yeah, Brandy. Okay.
Yep.
Also, you can't be a bully in a Larry Dallas. Interesting. They don't like Larry Dallas, Conan.
Those.
Okay.
Her and Mike Holder.
Did she put over Joe on this?
Well, that's
Nuh-uh.
a Discord crew. I tried to ban Mike Holder from the Discord, Conan, and Joe stood up for him. So I don't know why that happened. There should be some type of.
What was it that she said at the end? She put him over somehow. What did she say?
She said you can't be a bully and a.
Yeah, she's talking to Larry.
That's not putting him over.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
So what's the question?
Nothing. She has no question. She's can you get him?
Can we get a replacement?
Well, that's already being done. If you heard the previous letter.
Right.
And that tomorrow it's going to be Hugo. Hugo's.
I think that's funny that Larry asking for money when he's could be costing us money. We should ask him for money.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably get a Billy Body like rant pretty soon.
Right. And actually, their problem that they had Larry and Bam led to Bam leaving the Discord. So I don't know if maybe she canceled Patreon too. I don't know. So maybe he did cost us a couple bucks.
Next one's from Amir Shah, and the subject is K100 rename. What up, K-Dog, Joe, and DI? Long-time listener, first-time emailer. I know you don't take suggestions. This is merely a question for you. The growing sense in the K100 community is that Joe is becoming as important as any other members or guests on the show with his sharp wit, immaculately delivered comedic timing, and general contributions to growing the show. Some are alluding to Joe as the real MVP of the show. So my question is, after being called Keeping It 100 with Conan, does it now feel the right time to rename the show Keeping It 100 with Jonan? Is this something that has been discussed ever? Cheerio.
Okay, who wrote this?
Amir from London. Okay, it's Amir from London.
Is that your pseudonym, Joe?
No, I don't. I've seen Amir write in before, though.
Conan, do you want to give this guy a card?
Let me tell you, bro. Joe, yeah, he's sharp. He jumps in. He keeps the show moving. Bro, let me ask you a question, and I'm serious. What's the guy's name? Amir
Khan.
Are you on fentanyl? I mean, Joe's like the Mike Pence of podcasting. This is what I'm going to do.
He was just on Bobby Fish's podcast, Conan.
Oh, yeah.
Joe was a guest on Bobby Fish's podcast.
Well, why?
I don't know.
He's a great podcast producer.
Yeah, I may work.
Let me tell you something. Amir and Bobby Fish. Right? This is for both of you. Amir and Bobby Fish. I'm going to pay for a free session with one of our sponsors. It's called BetterHelp. And it's like an online psychiatry service. They will evaluate your mental delusions and assist you in that. Yeah. And that name, Joe Man, that's as bad as Big Bill. And red card.
I already wrote it down.
Yeah.
All right. Next is from LT Greenwood. Isn't the entrance part of the work? Greetings, Disco, K-Dog, and Joe. I had a thought. I was watching the last Rollins Nakamura match and saw one of my pro wrestling pet peeves as I started watching even as a child in the 80s. After all the buildup over the previous weeks where it took an entire arena security staff to hold Rollins back, and I'm convinced he wants to kill Nakamura, he then comes out with his full gimmick entrance at the pay-per-view, and he should have been pretty much running Ultimate Warrior style to the ring in the context of this feud. Don't the agents go over these details? I don't get it. Something else I don't get. LA Knight is the hottest baby face they have right now and is slated to be a huge star. In the past, we've seen The Rock and Steve Austin get massive pops, and an element that has enhanced this was their awesome theme music. LA Knight's theme music is absolutely atrocious. I completely disagree with that. Please share your thoughts on the important inventions as part of the work, and if you I think LA Knight's music needs an immediate change. Thanks, guys. I completely disagree with that. Because when that hits LA Knight, the crowd pops. What's wrong with it? Yeah. So I want to check this guy a yellow card for this information. Yeah.
I think what's wrong with it is that, I think you're right. When the robot voice goes LA Knight, the whole place pops. But then after that, the song needs a little more kick. It's a little too subdued for the type of energy he's with, because he comes out with a lot of energy, you know.
Right.
So I think it should be a more uplifting song.
Good
so I'll give it to this guy. What's his name?
Good point.
LT Greenwood.
LT Greenwood, yeah. LC Greenwood. Remember LC Greenwood?
That's what I was thinking of. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Okay, next is from Lee Glassman. Stephanie's K100 mailbag question. The Mount Rushmore. Greetings, team. It's Lee from London Town. Here's a question for all three of you. Who is the Mount Rushmore of douchebags you've worked with for or had to manage? I think this would be a good question for all three of you. Conan, who are yours? Glenn, who do you hate? Crazy Eddie, no one cares about your backyard indie fed. Thanks again, fellas. P.S. Billy Bobby's still complaining about you guys 6 months after you can, and perhaps he needs a good old-fashioned tushy kicking. No, poor Billy. He's been, bro. He keeps getting his Twitter account suspended too.
Well, you know,
it's like I was looking like, it's like whatever.
What do they say about the same action over and over again? You keep doing it and you get the same result. Yeah,
right. The biggest I've ever worked with are I was not a fan of Hardbody Harrison at all. He was like when he was at the power plant, he was very disrespectful. Nobody liked him.
Really?
I don't know how on earth he got paid in that racial lawsuit because he had this.
Because it was a class action settlement. You had to pay everybody.
Ridiculous, right? It was.
Well, remember,
I didn't deserve a penny, So
I said on here once, and it comes from Eric Bischoff, is that Turner Legal, rather than pursue lawsuit, or no, I think I said it to Raven, but Turner Legal, rather than go along with a lawsuit, would just pay people off $40,000. Boom, you're getting $40,000.
Well, not just that, bro. If all that, because there was some racial going on, if all that got out in the news, it would be disaster. So it was a PR nightmare waiting to happen, especially when you have Hank Aaron, who is kind of like the big deal with, with racial things, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They would have gotten crucified, bro. So that was just a public relation preventive maintenance. Let's pay them off before this gets any bigger, which is what they did with me and TNA. They were like, if this goes to court, we're. Yeah.
Well, that's what usually happens here is when all lawsuits are cost effective. You look and say, okay, we're definitely spending money if we go to trial.
Right.
If we win, is it worth it? We're getting why would you just why would we let why we just okay we're either going to pay the lawyers or pay the people that are suing us. All right. So it's like, well, the lawyers are douchebags too. So why do we want to give the money to the lawyers? It's like seriously, right? They're with their look at what they're billing us. We want to pay these guys? Are you kidding me? Come on. It's like,
my boss always says I'd rather have a bad settlement because the guys making money are the lawyers,
Yeah, right. And all the lawyers get paid.
So
it's like ridiculous.
Who's your Mount Rushmore, Joe?
Well, it would just be just Billy and
like
KG.
To ride the fence.
No, just Billy and KG.
That's easy. That's easy. That's it. Your whole.
No, but I've honestly never had a bad experience with anyone in the actually Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes.
Oh, that's right, Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes told me to
I like Michael Hayes a lot for that. By the way,
told me and my friend to go the rope. So that was, that's it.
Oh, bro. And was he dressed like a pimp?
Yeah. He was hazed out. Yeah, for sure.
That's beautiful.
All right, here's our resident booker, Brian Dunlop. Said, subject, is it bad for business for wrestlers to tell critical fans, trolls to not watch the product? Hello, K100. Know you've seen this more than once. A wrestler gets a tweet from a fan criticizing something about their work at the wrestling show promotion that features them, and the wrestler then retweets the fan, providing a response showing that the troll critic got to them. It'll include some forgettable insult along with, if you don't like it, then don't watch the show. Is this really smart? If some wrestling fan stranger back in the 90s wrote to you, Conan and Disco, saying WCW Nitro sucks, Thunder sucks, WCW sucks, would you publicize it for thousands, potentially millions to see, telling whoever doesn't like the product to tune out? When a wrestler from, let's say, AEW does this on Twitter, is it really what's best for business? Bro, I can only speak from my point of view, which is I don't give a what these fans say about me. So I don't say, like clap back at them and, like every once in a while, if there's a funny comment I can make, I might tweet back at one of these guys or something. But they don't bother me. But the wrestlers today, they let bother them too much. I mean, you're in a business, you're a public figure. Every public figure gets blowback. Literally every one of them. Like, you're no exception. And like the way you handle it says
John Legend, listen to this. John Legend, who's very harmless guy, doesn't, he's a liberal guy, right? Right. He gets so much on Twitter that he wrote today. He goes, hey, I need to get off Twitter for my mental health. I met a lot of good friends, but it's not worth it anymore. And people they're savages out there. And
Right.
if you can't handle it, you're gonna get. I mean, you don't want somebody tuning out. But bro, think about it. If somebody's continually trolling you on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, you get in a bad mood and you're like, if you don't like the product, then don't watch it anymore because you're tired of it, and
Right.
that's what happens a lot of times when wrestlers, when you keep, and they're sensitive about it. Same thing. I always say this: if you don't like the show, why are you watching it? Because I definitely don't watch anything or listen to anything I don't like.
Right.
I'll listen to and I go, this is, and I switch. I don't stay there getting mad and
Right.
watching it the next day and getting madder.
Hey,
yeah,
watch it.
right.
I know Disco doesn't necessarily believe in like blocking on Twitter unless someone gets overly profane or whatever. But to me, and I haven't had any bad trolls like that in a long time, so I've been lucky. But
Please,
for me,
trolls come back.
If it's constantly every day, every few hours, troll, they got to get blocked because, dude, you're wasting your time every time you look at that notification. To me, it's just wasted time. So
yeah, 100%. You get tired of going on your timeline. It's disrespectful. It's almost like somebody came into your house every day, disrespected you. Guess what? Yeah. I'm not opening the door anymore.
They call you every day. Are you going to answer that phone number? No.
I don't read all my notifications.
Is that why you never answer
just,
me?
Like scrolls every once in a while, but I don't like go and like look at every comment that somebody had back at me. It's like I don't care.
Right. Larry Dallas does.
Yeah. Next is a Fatal Fury. The subject is End of an Era from Ernie. Greetings, K100 crew. With Vince out as head of creative and Triple H now in full control, what's next for Mr. McMahon? Pretty sure he'll be involved in some limited capacity, but I guess he'll take care of things on the business end. Also, what will happen to Shane, too? He got injured during WrestleMania while Vince was still owner, but now since Endeavor's in charge, will they let him back? P.S. Thank you guys for the awesome content. Keep up the fantastic job. I have no idea. But what Vince McMahon's going to do next? No, absolutely
what do
no
you
clue
think?
whatsoever.
I think that's.
I think he's working. He's not in creative, but he's working in the business end.
Right.
They're doing great business.
Right. So I think that Vince is consulting in some capacity. Bro, he's the brainchild behind WWE. Nobody has his knowledge or cachet. He can walk in anywhere recognizable. He's a good ambassador for the company. So they probably got him there like consultant. You know what I'm saying? And they're letting Hunter do his. He doesn't need to be micromanaged.
Yeah.